All right, so transitioning now. All right, and good luck.
Thank you, thank you. I believe that's our cue. So, hello everyone. This is the Knights of the Old Republic 1 80% glitchless race between me and Seraphim. So I'm.
Hello.
So before that, we actually don't start at when pressing the game. We go through character creation first. So I think Seraphim does a different build than me. So I guess I'll explain some of the build. But well, for the build we go through.
Range.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. No, good. I'll be commentating. I just did the run before this. Good luck, both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Range.
So for the build, we go 18 strength, and then other people might be different, but I go 14 dexterity, 12 constitution, 10 intelligence, and 10 charisma. We want a very specific build for glitchless, and this is pretty much to maximize our damage and then just get the bare minimum persuasion and intelligence we need to get through the game. I'm gonna learn weapon focus melee weapons. We're gonna give ourselves a name.
I just named me.
I name my character Mako Jam. It's totally not an allusion to the next run. So I'm good to go. You good to go, Seraphim?
I'm good to go. Range, do you want to count us down?
Absolutely. From 3. 3, 2, 1, go.
So right away as the run starts, we're going to be doing a strat by holding left. Because in KOTOR, you can move sometimes during like cutscenes and transitions, and so by holding left right away, we're actually going to position ourselves right next to the footlocker at the beginning of Endar Spire, and that will let us loot it faster and get started quicker.
Yep, and this run is a ton of just menuing, like Endar Spire shows that best. You're going to be doing a bunch of equips, a bunch of dialogue, so it's a good time.
Yeah, you all saw Range's any percent all quest. Glitchless is a much different beast, like a far different beast. Just because we have to watch cutscenes, but you know it's more focused on combat and running through things.
Yeah, you have to be patient with this category. Like, if you slip up and like get distracted during a cutscene, you'll mess up as soon as you regain control. And, yeah, gotta be focused.
The main way that we're going to be doing DPS on this part of the game is we're going to equip 2 blaster pistols on Trask and use power shot. That's our most efficient form of DPS.
Yeah.
Yep, Karth comes in handy. Oh, Trask, yeah. And then
Trash generally can one-hit most enemies with his power blast. Sometimes he will whiff and deal 1 damage, but hopefully that doesn't be the case. As you see there, I threw a grenade at the 3 Sith soldiers. I hope to kill them, but they didn't die. And one of them didn't die because they took 10 damage instead of 20, so bad RNG. This cutscene is also RNG. Usually, ideally, it's 10 seconds like this, but sometimes it can take longer. I've heard of people who said it took them like a minute.
Yeah, we've seen some gross long ones. This Endar Spire and Glitchless has a good bit of RNG. We actually did like a community Endar Spire Glitchless challenge for like a month, and that was pretty fun. Did you submit for that, Sanjan?
Yeah, I don't think I did a run, but I think I forgot to submit, honestly. But I got like a 256.
Nice.
Also, ripping pepperonis, Trask.
Yeah, Trask sacrifices himself. I actually had a bit of issue in the command bridge because Trask's power blast didn't kill the 2 Sith guards, and so it took me a little bit longer to get out of that area. You have to kill certain enemies in order to advance in Endar Spire. Also, we do a really quick level up at level 2. We get a focus for 2-handed combat, but because the options we need are right at the start of the menu, we just click through them really fast, and so you might not.
Oh, it's so
what the
fast.
heck?
Yeah, that level up, you just have to press enter. It's like the only button, and then you have to do like one mouse click at the end. But it's so fast for that level up. It's a good time.
I accidentally threw a grenade.
I've done that before there
no.
too.
Yeah, I don't think that
fra-
makes a difference.
No, I think it should only make like roughly a minor difference at worst. Because you don't use frag grenades until like a very certain part. You're gonna see me intentionally use a stim while waking up. This is totally legal, by the way. Since we're technically still here during the cutscene.
Yeah,
we wake up in the...
that little thing, that's called drugs in bed. Everything has to have a name.
Yeah, the moral of the Glitchless is that stims are very good. Like, really good. So I'm gonna equip a combat suit here and 2 vibroblades. And take
That's
Karth
like the
out with
moral-
us because that's mandatory.
Of every category. Because, like, all quests, oh man, without the hyper stems, it's rough.
Yeah, we're not going to be very high level, and so hyper stims are going to be the main way that we compensate for our low level.
Yep. Glitchless has really trimmed off a lot of fat in the last, like, 2 years, 3 years. It's not that old of a category, though. Well, actually, that's not true. People did do... Of course, people did it a long time ago. But it's been really solidified lately.
Yeah, we've actually gotten a decent amount of changes over the past few years. Like, we used to go out of our way to get some big loot, but now we pretty much just skip one of like the big looting sequences. It's a little bit overall RNG, but it's
in every
it kind of spreads it out.
Yeah, there's definitely some RNG.
But you saw me do like
Luckily,
a
we
big
skipped-
shop menu here. Like, I went to buy 2 computer spikes, which is actually what we're gonna need for later.
Yeah. Credits is really important in this category. In most categories. Except for 80%. It's pretty easy. Well, it is still important, but yeah, we don't have to underflow anymore.
So we visit Zelka Forn, and we buy the nerve enhancement package, which helps against certain like stuns and other effects that we don't want happening to us. We also buy a bunch of alacrity stims. I actually made a mistake. I bought one less alacrity stim than I meant to, which isn't the end of the world, but we want to have a certain number of alacrity stims because we want to keep our 20% movement speed increase for as much as Taris as we possibly can.
Ready.
Yep. Alacrity's so important. And then later, force power management becomes so important.
Now we kill these triple Sith here because we need to grab the Sith outfits, but they actually also give us some really nice items. They give us 1 of each alacrity and a whole bunch of grenades.
Dang, I didn't even know that.
And now we're just gonna go on a nice little stroll. I personally take Karth out there so I don't get the
Yeah, I am
his
also doing that for
dialogue.
marathon safety. Well, the other thing too is Karth will just get stuck on stuff and he won't progress with you, and then you can't enter the loading zone because he's too far away from the door.
Yeah, I do that too. It took me a long time to do it. There it is.
So I
so
bring
much
Karth
safer.
in back after we talk to the Sith here. And we do need to put on the Sith armor to proceed here. After that, I'm just gonna change back to the combat suit. Since we're eventually gonna get our Sith armor taken away. If we actually try to enter the cantina near here, or the Hidden Beck base, spoiler, we're going to help out the Hidden Becks. We can't be let in, so...
Lore-wise, we're trying to rescue Basil, who's apparently some Jedi that has some cool force power or something like that. So I guess we're just gonna do that because why not?
They're basically, trying to get out of here fast because we're trapped. We got on the escape pod. We are trapped here on some, random old planet. So I'm gonna
Taris
actually
is
return
a
back to
bad
the.
place.
Yeah, I'm gonna return back to the hideout here. This is gonna set up a warp point for later, a little bit later on. Because we actually, it'll be actually like a really fast shortcut to the cantina since we don't do any warping back to our hideout after this.
Hold it right there.
Yeah, utilizing the transit is key for speed. And getting health too? Does it?
Yeah, it refills your health bar, which is sometimes helpful on Manaan if you, like for me at least, after the Sith Base.
Yeah.
And I don't have a lot of med packs, but I usually have enough med packs.
Manaan is so sketchy.
Yeah, Manaan can
Glitchless
be difficult if you're
too.
new to it, especially because you may have a low amount of med packs and your credits route is actually really tight.
Yeah.
Also say hello
Some
to
great
Candaris.
cutscenes.
We'll be seeing him probably later, maybe.
Nah, he doesn't want to work with us. He's a scary Mandalorian.
True. It's gonna take a nice stroll here to the lower city because we're doing whatever Gadden needs to tell us to do. It's just to get to the Volcar base. Make a lovely stroll through there.
Go on, you two. Get
We're gonna
out
give
of
money to these beggars because we're nice people. And it
we
also
get
gives
light side
us...
points.
Yeah, so the light side / dark side alignment is actually really important in this run. So we actually go to the light side here because it's the ending for this much faster, but we also gain access to a really powerful
Run!
item later on that only can be equipped by people attuned to the light side.
No! You can't
Also,
do
run,
this.
Endar, run.
I say run, Forest, run, because it's funny.
Alright, am I gonna let Endar live?
I'm here.
So, Karth actually is pretty good in combat here, especially because he has very high accuracy when he's close to an enemy. Hey, he lived! Let's go.
You have to help me.
That means I'm gonna get good RNG.
Help me. Even the facts won't help me.
We're gonna say hi to Mission here, put her in the party. I'm gonna loot this extra here for an extra med pack.
Ready.
I'm here.
And so Mission kind of asked us to, you know, help her out in exchange for her helping us get into the base here. We gotta rescue our friendly neighborhood Wookiee, her best friend Zalbar. These guys can be hard to beat up and they deal a lot of damage to you, but we're just gonna straight up open this door because we can. Wow, 10 damage already. Yikes.
Yeah, the elite guard can do a lot of damage to you.
Yeah, I've been KO'd from full HP before. It was not very pretty. So we're gonna equip
Yeah.
Fiber Blade here. I heal myself.
Yeah, this is
for
one of
safety.
the sketchy parts for sure.
And then I had
Gotta
to
be
break this
careful.
locker. Hopefully I at least 2-round it.
Usually 2 rounds is standard.
And there's like that, yeah, that equip is, you know,
And then we
Some
parked
difficult
the mission
maneuvering.
there because you actually can exit the sewers without people being near. So there's the concept in Coder 1 games where you have to be like close to each other to transition. And that is actually a problem if we have party members. So we actually opt to be alone as much as possible so that we don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, party
Yeah.
members are not good most of the time.
The only time we take
Yep.
party members is when we're forced to, which is in certain places.
Leviathan.
And also the place where we
Sad.
can incidentally lose a lot of time.
Yep. So we like figured out a way to most likely just make the AI follow you. It's pretty funny on Leviathan.
Leviathan is also really bad RNG for a lot of reasons, just because the AI is just horrible.
Yeah, and you have to run through waves of enemies with 2 party members. God, it's bad.
You know, but Leviathan really is just a gentle beast. You just have to know how to take care of it, and it's doable then.
Yeah, for sure. You just have to secretly. You just have to run past everything. And on the way out, you kind of just have to one-shot force jump, I guess. But yeah.
So
It's a
we're gonna
pain.
take a safety save here because we have to skip this Rancor. And what we do to skip the Rancor, well, I just died. Fortunately, I safety saved. We try to kind of get the Rancor into the wall and it won't hit us. I just
Save the Rancor.
fine.
Hashtag.
Yeah, we don't want to kill the Rancor. I mean, that would be evil.
We save the animals in this speed run. Except for one, because yeah, we're legally not allowed to skip through it. Sorry to fellow Iska fans. So here's the one of the main RNG parts here. Nice. Though it does come at a cost, though.
Yeah, this RNG part is a pretty big sequence break, I would say, because you just, well, not even really. You just go through the back. You're not supposed to go through this way, right? But we can just stun these turrets. Nice. Sanjan got it first.
Yeah,
try.
so we throw
so did
2
I.
concussion grenades, and it's about a 60% chance.
When we both got it first try, that's
Nice.
pretty remarkable.
Yeah. But unfortunately, if we get it the first try without reloading, we actually lose our alacrity pretty early, and we will actually need to manually save and reload again, because if we exit out too early, then for whatever reason, I'm not sure of the reasons why, the turrets will immediately target us, kill us. But it doesn't happen when you reload. Save.
And this is another part where you can die if you're not careful, so...
Yeah, I had to use a lot of med packs. So the story reason we're here is we have to get this prototype engine for our Swoop fight. And we're just gonna steal it and get the heck out of here.
Yeah, thankfully we can just, like, literally, just grab it and just, peace out, pretty much. See you later, alligators. So I'm gonna make a manual save here again, and then reload. This will make it so that we don't get, one hit by those, friendly neighborhood turrets. And that's part 1 of the RNG terrorist done. It's actually not that bad, because the resets for it, if you don't get the stun with the 2 concussion grenades, is pretty fast, but it does get annoying.
There are worse RNG elements on Taris than Vulcar Base.
Yeah. It actually used to be quite much worse, but we actually routed... There was supposed to be a second segment where you throw a concussion grenade at a droid, but thankfully we routed that out. That one was honestly much worse.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
That droid made me quit the game for 6 months. I didn't want to speedrun after I kept getting wrecked by it.
Yeah, after these route changes, I was definitely getting, so many more runs through, and it felt good.
And you have the look of a racer about you. Just try to relax, and in the morning we'll take
The route is good. I wonder what else could be in it.
So now that we've got the Swoop engine accelerator, we can save Bastila, which is kind of the first major part of being on Taris.
I believe I'm not using a load remover for my timer. I don't know if Seraphim is.
I shouldn't be.
All good, we can sort it out later. If
Yeah,
that's
it's all
the case.
good. Everyone's a winner in Coder Glitchless.
Yeah.
We're all really just fighting it against the game because, there's a reason why, pretty much on a lot of marathon runs, as Coder runners will just say, yeah, that's definitely never happened before. And just because the game can be jank in so many ways.
If I did accidentally have the load remover on, a really helpful way to decide where my time actually stands is add 4 minutes.
Yeah.
By the end of the run.
Yeah, so here now we're just so Bastila's, got captured by the Volcars and has a race to see who's the best racer, and then we can win Bastila. So, we're doing swoop races. It is really pod racing.
And all you have to do for this section is just beat your first time by a quarter of a second. Your second time has to be faster by a quarter of a second than your first time.
Yeah, the timing's pretty generous because the second time around you have an accelerator, which gives you more, which gives you a lot more, speed. But I have actually lost it before by hitting obstacles, so basically don't hit obstacles.
I have to. It's horrible.
It's basically a walk of shame. So here now we have to go beat up Redrick. So we're gonna throw 2 poison grenades and 1 poison grenade and 2 sonic grenades. If they deal 20 damage, it's really good, but don't worry, Redrick will eventually die.
The menuing in this fight is pretty fun.
My.
This is a cool fight. I like it.
Redros, hello?
I also like skipping it.
I couldn't kill Redrose. I killed Bredzik in one shot. I couldn't kill Redrose. That was dumb.
Yeah, Redrose.
That's hilarious.
He beat your time once, and now he's not going down without a fight.
Yeah.
Bastila.
We do want to make sure we loot Bredzik because we want Bastila's lightsaber for ourselves.
I think she automatically loots it.
No, you can loot the corpse beforehand and get it.
Ah, I see. Alright, so now I leveled up to 4 here. I'm also gonna level up Bastila here to get 4 speed. So that's actually gonna be extremely useful for us to run around. It's a 50%. It's a 50% bonus as opposed to the Alacrity's 20%. So I basically use Bastila as our taxi.
I saw it.
Get around.
Candaris wants to work with us. Hooray. He's like, hey, I want to get off this planet. We're like, hey, we do too. And he's like, go invade a heavily guarded military base and I'll help you. And I'm like, wait a second, that's not fair, but we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, because we, you know, for gamers, we kind of have to.
It doesn't even come with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't even come with you.
What can I do?
And we don't have
Well,
a
yeah.
good way to get into the Sith base, so Candace also tells us the easiest way is to, you know, quote-unquote borrow certain friendly neighborhood droid, the purest, goodiest of droids.
And y'all have noticed by now, I don't know if you said it, I actually forgot, but we're using Bastila with 4 speed because we just got Bastila.
I'm here.
Yeah, Bastila is basically our taxi. For the rest of Taris, aside from the Sith base. But we're actually not going to bring her to the Sith base. We are going to bring T3 because T3 is required, but we're going to bring Zalbar because Zalbar is the purest of Wookiees, and Zalbar actually does ridiculously good damage because our damage is very based on, and hitting is based on our strength stats, to say the least.
So part of the reason we've been looting the chests or the footlockers we've been looting is to get computer spikes. That way we can do things like kill the Sith in the one room that you just saw. We're also going to free this Duros, who is the friendly Duros that we helped at the beginning of Taris, for some light side points.
Yeah, our light side or our alignment points are very tight. Like we are at a certain point where we're just gonna barely have enough to be light-sided focused. Like the routing is very precise.
So I'm about to start the assault droid fight. This is a very difficult fight. I'm going to be throwing a concussion grenade immediately and pray that it stuns the droid.
Yeah, I hate this fight.
It stuns less than 50% of the time, but...
Oh, okay, I stunned the droid. That's good.
That's great.
Oh, I stunned the droid too.
Let's go!
Zalbar also got stunned in the process, so that is not great. So I'm still fighting it.
Okay, I'll let Zalbar take care of that. I actually only have 1 med pack left, which is very, spooky.
Monka. Vandar.
Yeah, the
Vandar
droid's really hard to hit. So even though I stunned it, I wasn't able to kill it because Zalbar also. So I just finished the assault droid fight.
But this is actually the worst fight, and you thought it was bad. Well, this one's worse, honestly, because this.
Oh wait. Okay, so my mouse cursor just disappeared. That can happen sometimes. That's not fun.
Oh, that's rude.
Okay, this is... Alright, this is spooky.
Okay,
I stunned the Sith Governor. This is huge. The Sith Governor fight is miserable if you don't stun him, but he's pretty easy to kill if you do stun him. So my Sith Governor fight went extremely well.
Yeah, I had to reload this fight because I did not get the stun, and I'm very low on supply, so... Can you not stun? Zalbar, please. But yeah, this is about how Glitchless goes. I actually have to reload again.
Yeah, this is definitely a pretty big reset point. It's close to 50-50 probably. I don't even know for first try, like a not.
Yeah, so
not,
what you just...
You get a slow one.
What you just witnessed was me getting a good Sith Governor, and you're seeing what can happen with Sanjan. It's really brutal, and it's not like Sanjan did anything wrong, it's just RNG.
Yeah, it's just the game being rude to me. I in the real run, I would actually reset over this and not save, but since, you know, this is a marathon run, you know, where you gotta take as many tries as we can. But actually, the saving and reloading.
Yeah,
is
this
gonna,
one's
come
Oh, this
into
one's so
effect a
close.
little later.
God. Okay, good. I'm watching on a little bit of a delay, like actually.
But yeah,
I'm making my way back to
I
Canderous
just,
right now.
I'm about to get out of the Sith base, but that was a pretty horrible Sith base, but you know, it's okay. There's still a lot of segments where, the tips can turn, just because
Yes,
of the nature of
definitely.
this game.
Yep.
When you get back to Canderous, he's like, okay, you ready to go? And we're like, yes, and we need to make sure we bring T3 with us, because we're going to need to use T3 on a computer terminal and some computer spikes. Do not forget to take T3 or you will lose your run.
I don't want to jinx it, but it's thankfully never happened to me before. Like, I'm very careful with that. Alright. I actually only have one med pack, so this is extremely spooky. I do not like this. I'll probably buy backup med packs. But it'll be fine getting through the last of Taris, but I do not like my chances at all.
So from a story perspective, Darth Malik, this evil Sith Lord, is about to destroy Terra. So we gotta get out of here. We've got Bastila, this Jedi who everyone's after. Hopefully we can escape by stealing some crime lord named Davik's ship. I wonder what that ship's name is. I'm sure no one's ever heard of it before.
I heard that ship was really fancy.
Ooh.
The entire planet, Lord Malik.
One other thing that we did not explain is you might be noticing that we're moving through dialogue very quickly. The way that we do that is you can use the left click on your mouse to advance dialogue, as well as the enter key next to your numpad. That makes dialogue go a lot faster, because it acts like a left click. So we can match through conversations where the dialogue options don't matter with that option. You notice that I tabbed to T3 for a second. The reason I do that is sometimes T3 will get caught on Canderous and then not follow me, and I really want to make sure T3 follows me, so I always take that little extra time to make sure he's positioned in a way that he won't get caught on anything.
Yeah, I personally handle it a bit different. I just see if T3 follows me or not, but then, like, if he doesn't follow me, I'll usually, like, turn on solo mode and send my main character to open the door while leading T3 through. Like, each of, like, the top runners handle, like, each situation, like, a little bit differently. Like, you can see kind of, like, the stark differences in how we deal with something. Like, the concept is the same, but the way we get there might be, like, a little different.
So the way to get out of the Calo Nord fight quickly is we're going to throw 2 frag grenades, and then we're going to use T3's, I forget what it's called, laser ray, and that will take Calo Nord to half health, which is exactly what we want, because that will end the fight immediately.
Yeah, you actually don't have to touch Davik at all. You only need to put Kalo to 50%. And
That's a nice strat. It used to be harder.
Mention about the level up, but we and Taris at level 4. We need to be specifically level 4. Our levels are just generally very exact. We want to maximize the feats, the Jedi feats that we use, pretty much.
If we don't get to our ships and find somewhere safe, the bombs they're dropping will kill us all.
In addition to getting force powers with Jedi, with being a Jedi, the other perk of becoming a Jedi is your persuasion cost goes from 2 points to 1 point, and we want a lot of persuasion in the glitchless run, and so waiting to become a Jedi helps us to do that.
Yeah, so say goodbye to Kalo Nord. We won't be seeing him back, right? Right?
Yeah, no, I mean, the whole planet's about to get destroyed. He's not going to survive that.
Yeah, there's no way he can survive something like that.
I'm about to do a mini game here. You have to kill these Sith fighters, and they they work in patterns. Unfortunately, I let one get away that I normally don't let get away, so I'll have to kind of compensate for that. Where'd you go? All right, that wasn't too bad. Usually, I just fire in the middle of all of them, and I usually kill them all.
Yeah, you ideally want the quick kill on these fighters. They always spawn in the same place, but the damage they do, I believe, is like a little RNG. So,
yep, it can be 3 shots sometimes.
Yeah.
And then you're just kind of Yeah, you can't really do it the clean way if that happens.
Until we get those hyperspace coordinates punched in.
So one of the reasons you want to take Alacrity Sims to Dantooine is to move quickly to the Jedi Council chambers. It's one of those things where, like, if you don't have them, it's not like, oh my gosh, my run is over, but it is more efficient to have the stims.
It saves, yeah. I wonder how much. Definitely feels like a good amount of time.
Well, I just missed this fighter.
You have to make the run twice. There's a lot of fighter skirmishes in this category.
There's 3 that we do.
Yeah.
But
Wonder how many-
doing it well for a top runner is very important because you can lose a lot of time if you miss a kill.
It's one of those mini games where you'll just lose like 10 seconds, which is huge. Or even more, maybe.
You there, Padawan. Why are you not wearing the customary robes of the Jedi?
Leia kind of tells us off.
Dantooine. Oh yeah. They're like, bro, I'm just a scout. Why are you yelling at me?
I mean, she's giving us a weird look because we're basically naked.
So you are the one who rescued
Well,
Bastila.
true.
It is appropriate you are here. We
So
been
I
discussing
have
your rather
1 Alacrity left, and I
purpose.
absolutely need to make sure I don't use it until Manaan, because if I use an Alacrity Sim before Manaan, I'm going to lose a ton of time, and I don't want to lose a ton of time. But yeah, you have to walk back to the Jedi Council twice, and they're like, oh, you share the stream with Bastila, that's weird, so we're going to make you a Jedi. Wow. So enjoy this training montage.
We're going to school. We're going back to school for Jedi purposes. I'm actually going to use all of my stims, but I buy extras on Manaan anyway, so it's fine.
This morning.
But I had to use an extra one because since I used for at least for my stim rounding, if I got the turrets first try on Taris, my stims run out like
Oh, interesting.
early. It's Coder has so there's a legal glitch. I know it's glitchless, but there's a legal glitch that we use called a duration glitch, which means when we transition to different areas, there'll be some artificial time added to our stims, and that's how pretty much our stims last us like an eternity.
Chosen to walk is difficult.
And it operates differently for some people, like me and Seraphim. So like as you do more runs, you'll kind of have a full understanding, but this is a legal glitch because we literally can't avoid it. It just naturally happens between transitioning in different areas. If we wanted to avoid it, we'd have to literally close and reload and let our stims run out, and that wouldn't make Glitchless very fun, in my opinion.
Yeah, that would be beyond awful. Chaos was explaining earlier that like it was because the programmers were accounting for console loads, so they added an amount of time, but yeah, something like that.
Difficult. It requires great discipline. Yet even though you are a mere
Because
now
the
that I'm
stims
a
always wore
Jedi-
off.
potential is
on console.
unlimited.
Now that I'm a
Now that-
Jedi, I'm going to get Force Speed and Force Valor, as well as dump a bunch of skill points into Persuasion, so that way I can persuade people more
You've done
easily.
in weeks what many cannot do in years.
And hey, look, we got our lightsaber! Hooray! We're a Jedi now. What every kid wanted. Everyone, I've heard so many people say, "Oh yeah, I remember being a kid and I hated Taris because I wanted a lightsaber." And then you get the Dantooine and you're like, "Finally, I'm a Jedi."
Yeah, this game was so fun. Like
We
on
don't even
the
use
first
our
playthrough.
original lightsaber though. We quote unquote borrow Bastila saber. Oops.
Good evening.
Hey,
What?
that's Jedi Master Nemo. You guys want to play Finding Nemo with me?
Did I really do the training segment
Nemo.
wrong? Oopsies. I'm a very bad learner.
Vandar is
There
the
we
name
go.
of the Yoda character. And I love
That's
him.
better. I didn't even notice it.
But we become a Jedi Guardian on purpose because, just like you saw in the last run, we want to be able to use Force jumps. It's also good for damage as well. But being able to jump to enemies is a pretty slick way to go faster.
Alright, that's a little better.
So I am coming up on a fairly difficult fight in the run. We're going to be fighting Juhani. She's this dark side person tainting this grove, and we need to stop her, I guess. That's what the Jedi told us to do, so that's what we're going to do. She's pretty difficult to fight at our level, we are going to loot the Mandalorian corpse behind us to get a battle stim and use that right away. And hopefully that goes well. What I'm going to be doing is using flurry attacks when she flurries and regular attacks when she doesn't flurry. It just helps with accuracy, we found.
Yeah, you're actually generally not very accurate hitting her, just because I believe she has a lot of dexterity. I forget her exact stats. And the fact that, like Seraphim mentioned, she's much higher level than us. Yeah, us being extremely under-leveled is going to be a theme.
Yeah, you're supposed to, like, go explore here.
We're speedrunners, we don't need to explore. We're too good for that.
Yeah, fortunately,
True.
my Juhani fight went pretty well. We are going to go warp back to the Ebon Hawk, which also sets a very convenient transit point for us.
Yeah, we need to go back anyways, because we gotta, talk with the council. Oh, we just redeemed Juhani in 60 seconds. Where's my promotion?
Give me my robes. Wait, when do you get the robes? Probably after the cutscene.
Yeah, after the...
Well, we're not going to use them anyway.
Which robes?
The Jedi robes.
Okay.
will be your doom.
Oh, hi, Cathounds. Okay, the Cathounds are blocking me.
Is that from Nemo?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's, well, I don't wanna spoil it, because we're playing Finding Nemo. I wonder where Nemo
Oh,
is.
true.
But,
Alright,
let's just assume that Nemo dies. And if we assumed that, we might get his Jedi robes. That might just happen to be the best armor we can get.
You just ruined the
Maybe
plot
he's
of
alive.
Finding Nemo. How could you?
Maybe
No,
he's
that's why
alive.
I
and
didn't say that was what happened. I just hypothetically that could happen.
Maybe he just stripped and gave us his clothes because he's a nice person.
Yeah. I'm sure Nemo's alive. Oh,
You have done that.
we just flashed to his corpse on my screen.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I was telling the truth. You caught me.
Dang. Nemo's alive.
I can
Like, Finding Nemo's mom is alive.
Dang, that's dark.
That is kind of dark.
That's
Sorry.
pretty dark.
Jeepers rage. So we're gonna use solo mode in a pretty creative way here to move the main character and Bastila to each of the terminals to activate them, and then use T3 to go through the main door. It's just a lot more efficient. And hey, what's this weird thing in the middle of this ancient temple?
It looks like a globe. It's glowy. It's
Like some kind of map with a bunch of stars on it?
I want to, like, put my hand through it, see what happens.
So the duality of party members happens sometimes where your party members will choose not to follow you. Fortunately, they were good, and they decided not to be moody teenagers and do what I wanted them to do. So they follow me. We can enter the loading zone.
What
Get
I
rid of
want to
them.
know is how you retain the information of the star map. Like, how is Revan, like, how is your all the
whoa.
Oh my god, it's a
Well,
speedrun.
Revan found the star maps. I don't know
Oh,
what
true.
what
Yeah.
you're talking about. We saw a dream of Revan
Yeah.
getting to the star map. So how did
Like, do they-
Revan and Malik just store the information?
Do they, like, pick up the orb in the middle and take that, or, like, is it just you just log it onto some computer? Anyway.
No, they probably have. We have a journal. They probably.
They
use a
probably
journal.
can use the Force to do it, can't they? I mean,
Just, like, memorize it.
yeah.
Damn, they're
That's
smart.
true. The Jedi do have to memorize like thousands of systems and cultures and histories, and yeah, it gets to be pretty wild.
And we do it in 1 second, or sorry, in like a minute.
All right, let's see if T3 and Bastila are nice. Yep, they're nice to me.
So I equipped the Sigil Crystal on my lightsaber for extra DPS, and the Jedi Knight Robe for more defense, and the Verpine headband helps with some save throws, I think is the main reason.
It also gives
it's the
accuracy, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. So this is actually our end game equipment other than some lightsaber upgrades. So we have everything we need for the rest of the run now.
Yeah,
And we're gonna go to Manaan.
We're very budget on our gear, but our damage output tells us a different story. Oh, I forgot to do something. I forgot to talk to the council. Oops.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
It's fine. Not a big deal.
He just wanted to chill on the Ebon Hawk for a little bit.
Gotta go back to yeah.
I gotta take the mini walk of shame. I have 2 med packs this time, so I think we'll be okay. Maybe.
Worst case scenario, if you take too much damage on the Sith ship, you can just transit back to the Ebon Hawk and get a free health refill.
Yeah. I usually will also buy some extra med packs on the safety run at Manaan.
You have done well in discovering the stock.
But, yeah, by the way, Cal Nord survived. What the heck? I can't believe it. He's gonna come after us? Tragic. But we can't worry about that. We are about to disembark on Manaan. We come to Manaan first for a couple of reasons. One, it'll trigger a boss fight that we can just skip. And if we were to be on, say, Korriban and get that boss fight, we couldn't skip it. Two, we are very low level and our stats aren't super great. And we can get a lot of just free experience just by doing, like, non-combatant related things. That will give us enough skill points and feats and force powers that we need to do stuff at the other planets.
Yeah, Kale is actually, you know, despite the fact that he's back, he's actually a really easy boss. He's one of the easiest bosses in the world. Like, he's not that difficult, I promise you, folks.
Have you learned how she escaped the
Yeah.
destruction of Taris?
We deal with him in the easiest way possible.
So I'm going to intentionally take T3 with me out of the Ebon Hawk because there's a cutscene that will play in this area that I'm in right now, and when you have a party member, that cutscene does not play.
Interesting. How did you acquire this information, Admiral?
Oh, oops. I was just talking to that. I thought I had the Master of the Republic soldiers dialogue. I have to just press one button and just say, "No, we don't need to hang out with you."
What is Kolto? What is Kolto? Breaking the law? The Republic and the Sith both state.
It's a wonder you survived the
Oh
You're
yeah,
just really
so-
curious about the environment.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that's what they talk about. Yeah, so Manaan's a neutral planet with the Republic and the Sith, and they both want to mine Kolto to heal their soldiers during the war. And the Cell Captain like, we're not gonna take sides. We're just gonna let you kill each other, and you can buy our stuff.
You know what I say to that? You big, stupid fish.
Yeah, the Selkath are kind of uptight and weird.
But Manaan is peaceful and kind of chill to walk around.
Yeah,
The
I like the music.
The music's very good. Good vibes.
Yeah.
But that is a good demonstration of we have very specific dialogue options that we pick, and if we don't pick them, you kind of have to know. It's kind of helpful to know the lore so you actually remember what to pick, because if you haven't played the game casually in a while, you're like, how do I get out of this again?
Oh, it's so funny what you can do when you can like you can just be playing the game casually and like get executed by the government.
I know, that's right. You gotta be careful. I can just
Yeah.
end, the run will just die if I don't do that right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta be real careful here. Alright, here I'm gonna do an additional side shopping menu. I'm gonna buy more strength stims, and I'm gonna buy
Nice.
two med packs. I normally get 4 alacrities, but I'm just gonna get 3, just because I'm pretty sketched out by the amount of med packs I have. Taris was not kind to me on the med pack usage. Usually, I can get away with like a decent amount of med packs, but today was not very good.
Yeah, it's pretty RNG.
And
It sucks
you
when
have
the
co-op
banana men are-
constitution in your right, Sanjan?
Yeah.
That's probably why I like having 14, is for that little extra health.
I actually prefer having more dexterity for like more dodging chances, but some people
Well,
some people actually go like 10 wisdom for more force powers, like.
Right, and I actually, I go 18, 14, 14, 10. So I have 10 intelligence and 8 wisdom, 8 persuasion. Holy
Charisma.
cow, that was a lot of damage. I've
Yeah.
never seen that much damage.
I've
in
actually
that
died a
run.
couple times at the Sith Base here in Manaan, just because these folks
Absolutely.
can do a lot of damage in like one round.
I did a glitchless all quest marathon run, and I had to keep reloading, running past the secretary and the troopers at the end. I had to like get so lucky. It was so sketchy. This part's bad.
So fortunately, we did survive, and we had to go to
Very
court.
nice.
We have to go to court because we caused a disturbance in the neutrality, and we're like, but no, and they're like, we're gonna put you on probation, and we're like, okay, and now we're gonna go underwater because the reason that we went to the Sith base in the first place was to help the Republic recover some helpful information. And we realized they have a secret cultal mining base because some of the Cellcath are like, bro, the Sith are bad. Why are we even helping them? So they help the Republic do the secret thing, and that's where the star map is. So we're gonna go chill with the underwater homies.
It's hilarious how fast you can do the Manaan Sith base glitchless. Like, you just run in and out, and it's not even that far from the exit. The room you have to go to.
Now we don't have time to beat people up. We got stuff to grab. You know, places to go.
Whoop, I'll take that.
So instead of everyone being chill homies, apparently everyone's gone insane. So that's pretty fun. So we're gonna have to get through is it Brackert? I don't even remember.
Brackert Rift. I don't.
Brackert Rift.
Anyway, the Cellcath are going insane. They're trying to kill me. Ow,
I like these Cellcath better. They're just having a fight club.
They've seen some stuff. I can't blame them. They've seen how fast we go.
Whoa.
Actually, I'm at really high HP here, so I don't need to take the safety transition back. Excuse me.
So the reason we keep the alacrity stim is for this upcoming part right here. Where we grab the scuba suit, and if you go underwater without any force speed or an alacrity stim, you move really slow. Fortunately, we can increase our move speed by a pretty good amount if we use the stim and the force speed ahead of time. So it's very important to have that stim. And there's a survivor dude who's like, dude, guess what? I got this under control. No worries. And we're like, all right, we'll follow you. Let's see if this guy can help us out. I'm sure he's very smart and very helpful.
Yeah.
He sounds like he'd be the real MVP, honestly.
Just 2 scuba suit people.
Or he gets eaten.
Bad RNG. Maybe next
Fortunately, we have a way to defend ourselves against these feisty Pharaxa. We have a sonic emitter. That's why we looted one of the chests. And we could just use it and kill them. Otherwise, we get eaten, and it's sad.
You actually want to use it from the inventory and not like from the actual interface, because if you use it from the actual interface, it's the animation for it plays, and it takes like 3 seconds for it to play. Whereas if you just use it from the inventory, it's the use is instant.
That's actually a good point. In addition to using the sonic emitter, that's why we used med packs and stims from the inventory as well. It's much quicker instead of watching the animation. Oh my gosh, there was a second Pharaxa. That was spooky.
They're all crowding me. Leave me alone. I want to swim with the fishies.
So, in this next area, there are these scientists who are like, everyone's going insane, and so we're just gonna kill you too. And you're like, bro, stop. And they're like, okay. And we realize that the reason the Pharaxa are going insane is because the Colto got too close to a Pharaxa inhabitant, and it's messing up everything, and the Pharaxa are causing the Cellcath to go crazy, and it's a disaster. So we're gonna save the environment and shut down this tank. There's a very specific sequence we have to do. It's 1, 2, 4, 2, 5, 4, 5, 2, 5. But every runner is scared to remember that, so I'm going to use my notes, so I'll probably be quiet while I do this.
I think there's a few people who actually have that memorized. Like, even I don't memorize it, because I don't have
my entire chat, every time I stream, my entire chat has it memorized. Because I'm just constantly chanting it. 1, 2, 4, 2, 5, 4, 5, 2, 5.
Yep, exactly. So, by solving the Coltol problem and shutting the factory down, the Pharaxa calm down so the big fish doesn't want to kill us anymore, and we can go to the star map. We may have cost the Republic billions of credits in the process, but who cares about that? We got the star map. We're going fast.
No, you know, we only care about ourselves. Sorry, Republic. You know, we're trying to. World saving is more important than your bank account. And don't mind me, I'm just making my way back through here. And then speaking of which, Seraphim's at the most fun part of the run.
Yeah,
honestly.
we get to just walk back. Yep, this is real entertaining gameplay.
Oh, I got they're trying to choke me to death. That's rude.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it's a low chance for it to happen, but it's still a very annoying time loss.
It's like 5 seconds, I think. So, fun fact, this next level up is really important. We have to make sure we make our Persuasion 10 and get Dominate Mind. That will help us complete some conversations in the next planet. I accidentally got the wrong thing last night in a practice run and had to reset, so I'm like very scared. I'm like, okay, make sure Persuasion's 10. Okay,
I actually
Persuasion is
did it
10.
on Persuasion 9 before. It's just a lower chance.
Well, I didn't get Dominate Mind.
Oh, you didn't
That
get
was the
that?
big
Oh
problem.
no.
Yeah, that was the problem. I was like, I gotta get energy resistance. But fortunately, I did get Dominate Mind this time. And now we get to just walk on out of here. But what the Cal Nord? Unbelievable. Well, we're just gonna run.
Easiest
past
boss
him
in the
and
world. You heard it here first.
And fun fact, he's gonna be reported as dead. So we killed him. Hooray!
I think the cell calf got to him. You know, they're inspired by our display of flashy speed, and they're all like, Halo Nord, let's mob him.
I guess so. So we get to do a very fun thing now. We're gonna go back to court because we caused a bunch of riffraff underwater, and we're gonna use the force on them, and that's gonna cause us to get banned because the Cellcath don't like it that we're trying to manipulate them. But that actually is okay, because screw the Cellcath, we want to get back on our ship quickly anyway, so hooray! We are now off Manaan, and we can never go back. Legitimately, if you try to go back, you can't do it. You cannot go back to Manaan, and you can actually get banned. I think that's a hilarious feature they included in this game.
Can you glitch back into there? This is more of a range question. I've actually never tried it. But
Yeah,
glitch back into where?
Manaan, if you get banned.
I don't know, actually. I haven't tried that
You
either.
probably hotshot back to there.
Yeah. You probably can. Yeah. And we just always skip it, right? So
Yeah.
it's funny, at the end of all quests they're trying to arrest you, and yeah, just buffer it.
You just use the force and wave them away.
Yeah.
So part of why we want the Persuasion and Dominate Mind is we can persuade the Sith teacher not to kill these prospective students, and that gets us a ton of light side points. And now I'm going to do the one major shopping trip in the run. I'm going to sell a bunch of crap I don't need, and I'm going to buy stuff that I do need.
Yeah, for this is pretty much the final shopping point, unless you decide to take a backup shop near the end. And it pretty much we get all the supplies we need for the entire run.
Oh my gosh, that was weird. I'm glad I noticed that. I almost didn't buy the hyper battle stems. Ooh. Okay. That was not a great shopping trip, but I got everything I need. I accidentally bought some extra stuff, but really, you don't need credits after that shopping trip, unless you want to buy the backup stuff on Kashyyyk. But essentially, we bought a bunch of hyper battle stim, or just hyper stims in general. That's going to really pump up our stats. And I also bought all the med packs I will need for the remainder of the run. And that's probably why we make we focus on treat injuries to get more out of our team.
I think I remember what my timer was.
Looking at the stream, it's around 52 minutes.
Yeah.
So I have to take a safety save here because Uthara is the reason that we can break into the Sith Academy. And sometimes she'll be like, nah, I don't feel like taking you with me. And then we have to redo it. It's a pretty high chance. It's very rare that you don't get it. But we are now in the Sith Academy.
Everything's A-okay. Yeah, I try to
I've
split
done that
out of
before.
habit.
Also, my F12, it maximizes the notes I use. And one time I was trying to maximize my notes, but it's also my reset, and I was in the middle of a run, and I just reset my timer. Sad.
I'm actually a little worried about needing to reset my game, since I have to do extra reloads and extra screen transitions.
Ooh,
Which
yeah,
actually that is a
that's true.
worry, especially at a very high level.
Yeah, and glitchless, if you're not fast enough, you actually have to reset the game, or it will crash by the end of the game.
Yeah, I usually take a safety reset for the game, a reset on Tatooine.
Nice.
You should be fine if that's when you do it.
I actually typically do it on Kashyyyk or like Lahan. It depends.
I always do Tatooine and I never have issues. But I mean, as soon as I say that, I'm probably gonna have an issue.
It depends. You have to do it at the very beginning of planets, or else the duration glitch gets very wonky.
So now I'm about to take on LeShow. Essentially, what we... Ooh, I use an extra hyper strength. That should be fine. We have plenty of extra hyper strengths, and I get an extra one anyway. But LeShow has a holocron, and we're trying to impress the main dude in the base, Uthar, and so we're gonna steal the holocron from her instead of having to go through a whole bunch of random stuff. Wow, my combat RNG is not looking so pretty. Yeah, Korriban has some What? I one-shotted LeShow?
Yeah, you can do that. It's pretty rare.
I have never seen that. Okay, that is insane. I just critted her for 54 damage.
Oof.
Ooh, yeah, that was big.
So,
that's big.
Wow.
Did you do a fake level up?
No, I leveled up normally. I was like, no? That's
Did you do the flu?
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm shook right now.
We have to be very particular with the point. So there's like a little like point system with getting favor from Uthar, and this is actually the only place where we intentionally get dark side points. The only place where it could be a jerk, basically, but it's basically because all the other places where we can gain favor is just way too far of a detour.
Okay, so the Uthar dialogue is very long, and I don't have that one memorized. It's very difficult.
It's actually variable too, because
there is a variable, so we have a list of the variables. I got the passion fuels, our use of the force or whatever, and that's the only one that's true. The other two are false. There's 3 variable answers. Kind of tricky. Gotta throw you a fast one there. So the reason we're here from the Sith perspective is we need to get our own lightsaber. But what we're actually going to do is find the star map.
Yep.
Unfortunately, my force speed did not duration glitch, and I'm pretty sure I'm low on EXP, so I'm going to have to get our level 9 on Tatooine, which is a little slower because we want to have a particular ability that we get at level 9. But it's fine. It's not the end of the world. I just have to adjust.
I almost one-hit LeShow.
That's pretty rare. It always takes me like 2 to 3 rounds minimum, sometimes longer.
I've gotten force choked by LeShow before.
Dude, these Terran techs are like eating me. Okay, I looted a corpse for a very, very helpful upgrade for our lightsaber called the Solari Crystal. That upgrade is a reason we need to be light side. That will help our lightsaber do mucho amounts of damage.
Ooh, I killed these 2 Chirac. Okay, the last one's at very low HP, which is actually nice because it's very likely I'll get a night speed early, which is actually pretty nice for Tatooine.
Cool.
Yeah, the Chiracs are kind of a double-edged sword because you can jump to them, but sometimes they can spawn really close to the Sith Academy, which is problematic because you want to warp out of the Sith Academy once we're done with Korriban, and you can't do that if there's an enemy too close.
Greeting.
And now we have to do a combat that could be problematic. We have to kill Uthar, and sometimes he's not nice. And there's a raid in here, so that's pretty cool.
Is it the bad kind of party?
Okay, I just got poisoned. Oh my gosh. This is not going... Oh my gosh, this is not
Uthar
good.
fight.
He's yeah, he's healing.
Oh no, yeah, the
Okay.
Uthar fight, now that we skip some stuff, can be very sketchy.
Ooh, yeah, it's hard to hit
And I have
him.
this raid attacking me too.
Yeah, this is what we mean by anything can still happen. There's...
Without the stims, yeah, you basically can't even do the run. Unless you just buy a ton of med packs or something, I don't know.
So even though, like, I mean, I know looking at the stream, I'm a little bit ahead of Sanjan. Like, that fight's one way that she could easily catch up. Easily. And I'm actually at risk of losing my force speed again. I did not get a good duration glitch, so I will very likely be losing a lot of time at the end of this Korriban. I also don't see the Chiracs in this first area, so I also might be getting hosed on the Chirac placement as well, potentially. Which can easily lose me over a minute.
Yeah, I think in my PB, my Uthar, I had to basically kill Uthar twice.
Oof.
Yeah,
Uthar.
your Uthar fight was really bad luck.
I can't really remember my run that well, but I think I had decent RNG the whole time.
Okay, so I can return to the Ebon Hawk, so that's really good. So I'm going to upgrade my lightsaber by putting the Solari crystal in it. Oops, wait, okay. That's a little weird. Okay, so we got the Solari crystal, and now I'm going to go to Tatooine and reset my game to do a memory dump.
So,
Oh, I targeted,
Yeah,
that's rude.
Unfortunately, I'm not level 9. and
Oh,
want
I
to be
got
level
force
9 by this
choke, that's
point.
no bueno.
Night speed is a really helpful force power we get at
This
level
is a
9
very
because it
weird
adds
fight.
extra- Oh, you are having a weird fight. Oh my.
Uthar, hello? Thank you. Yeah, so I got force choke while Uthar died. Definitely a very interesting, you know. Definitely a really interesting fight, you know. I didn't need to beat him. But I do have night speed early now, which is actually really nice. For Tatooine.
Yeah, night speed adds an extra attack roll to all the swings that we do. We used flurry because it's just our best DPS.
Uthar really wanted to mess you up there. Was she trying to choke you? Failed like 3 times in a row.
Yeah, but I didn't get many hits on her because I think my stims wore off.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the misses were bad for sure.
Also, we just got to meet Darth Brandon. Now you're like, but Seraphim, his name is Darth Bandon. No, he's Darth Brandon.
Yeah, they forgot to put the R in.
Or maybe they tried to miss it because they wanted to look more
Oh, I'm
evil.
sure his name is actually Bandon, but I think it's way funnier to call him Brandon.
Yeah, no, that's why I said they took off the R in Brandon to try to make him look eviler. TM.
The Edgelord.
They took off his hair too. Imagine Darth Bandon with like just a really fancy haircut.
That would be epic. Alright, so here we are on Tatooine. I did do my safety, save and reload.
Nice.
And Tatooine actually usually goes pretty smooth. I think the fights feel a lot more consistent on Tatooine. But what we need to do is we have to go to this Zerka office to get permission to kill sand people, otherwise they won't let us out of Anchorhead. And then, even though we don't actually care about killing sand people, we're gonna go kill sand people.
Was Kalos, not yours.
Alright, oops.
You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malak?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi.
Crap,
I shall not make the same mistake again. My
Wait, did I get
apprentice,
my...
Darth Bandon,
Okay, I did get
shall
the...
take care of our young Jedi friend.
I screwed up the dialogue there. I hope I actually got the license. So anyway, I have to get this license. See, this is the problem with dialogue. Like, if you mess up your dialogue, like I think I got it. If not, I'll have to go back. So that could be a pretty big source of time loss. Sometimes you just like fat finger. What? I got whirlwinded by these dark Jedi? I've never seen this. I'm actually
That's never happened before.
I am currently floating in the air.
That
has never happened to me.
You were so far away. I mean,
that's
yeah, it's pretty
oh
unlucky.
my god. They usually force choke you or like slow you. Yeah, I'm gonna take my reset here as well, just for safety.
Okay, I did get my license. That's cool. So I'm running in a very specific way towards the sand cruiser because there are cutscenes that can play where sand people attack you, but if you do the same path, you can avoid that. Man, I'm shook.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That was wild.
Just another day running Kodor. When you think you've seen everything, you've never truly seen everything. It actually happens to me a lot in glitch runs too, just because whenever I try to perform a glitch and say like all quest, and then something weird happens, and I'm just like, I can't comprehend it.
So I am going to use Force Valor in my stim package. That way I can hopefully kill these guys quickly. I will have, if I don't get level 9 off this Elite Warrior, I will have to kill the Sand People until I get level 9. Okay, I did, so that's good.
Can I help you?
You have to roll a nat 1 to get whirlwinded? Oof. That is truly some unlucky I mean.
So I have to equip the Sand People costume so that I can disguise myself and go incognito into their base. We need to kill the Chieftain in order to advance to the Crate Dragon location. The other nice thing about picking up this costume is we get some Bantha fodder, which we will need to use in order to lure some Bantha in order to kill the Crate Dragon.
No one.
Hopefully everything will duration glitch appropriately, otherwise...
Yeah.
I will be in trouble. So
With
we're just gonna
all the
run
stims
through
here-
all these guys. We're just gonna invade their home. Hey guys, how's it going? We're gonna kill their leader, because that's always fun to do, I guess.
Tragic.
Nice, 2 rounds.
Pretty efficient assassin, though. Gotta say.
Yeah, that went pretty well.
Usually if I don't
the
have
political
night
upheaval
speed,
there.
I just by Tatooine, I just roll with it without night speed, just because for me, like, if I don't have it, then like my duration glitch just starts getting really wonky. So like I just have to deal with it. Yeah.
For me, I find that if you reapply night speed right away before entering the transition zone to the Sand People base, I keep my duration about as long as I normally do. I usually don't have issues with force power because your force power gauge tends to be maxed by the time you're working with Comed anyway, so I can reapply it as many times as I need to.
Oh, bad RNG.
It might lose me sometime. Might lose me sometime in that I have to reapply it an extra time or two, but overall, I think it saves time than using force speed and losing the DPS. But that's my personal thought on it.
I just lose it really fast for whatever reason, so I never found it worth it. Because yeah,
Alright,
duration
guys.
glitch works differently on different computers for whatever reason. There is some consistency, but sometimes for some people it
Alright.
works different.
So this is the greatest hunter ever. Just walks in and gets eaten. Very, very smart. Very, very, good hunter. So we're gonna work with Comed. Oops.
I'm just hitting the friendly neighborhood chieftain, so I'm probably like a minute behind still, but a lot can happen still. I still do hit the
Oh yeah,
chieftain.
Leviathan exists, and
Yeah.
Kashyyyk. And, well, Starforge outside the Darth Malak fight is usually pretty consistent for me now. Lehan can be annoying. Oh yeah, the ring. Ooh. Let's not talk about Lehan. Or Lahan.
I don't. Usually even that's pretty consistent. Even if you have to like do the backup. I actually got 2 really nice force jumps here.
So we'll just kill these sand people, take their livestock.
I believe in NMG you actually do Tatooine much earlier, and this fight is actually quite a bit more difficult if you do it earlier. So that's actually why, like, since we do Tatooine as a 3rd planet, it's much faster, and the fight is, yeah, as Seraphim said, more consistent.
Alright, so now we're going to yeet this big dragon that we can't kill on our own. And I have to loot a very important item in this cave called the Neural Belt. Because Leviathan is next, and Leviathan is a pain. It is terrible.
You mean not the purple lightsaber? Indy's favorite
No, I'm not getting the purple
color.
lightsaber.
Are you an anti-purple lightsaber, right?
No, I'm not anti-purple lightsaber, but I am anti-losing time.
Fair enough.
If there was a donation incentive, then yes, I would gladly get the purple lightsaber crystal and equip it.
And the orange robes from Juhani.
Is that the same defense as the Jedi Knight robes?
Yeah.
I think it is, yeah.
Oh, well then, yeah, I would be down. But the Neural Belt's going to be helpful because Karth can get stunned on Leviathan, and it's terrible.
It used to be a big problem. Like, Karth would get stunned at a certain point where we need him, and then we just have to sit there and... By the way, duration glitch also happens on effects as well, so Karth can technically get stunned forever. As you all saw from Range's run, Jolie was stunned for 10,000 years.
Yeah.
Alright, so Darth
we're off
Brandon...
at Starforge. So
Darth Brandon is going to fight us, and hopefully I don't get randomly posed over. Okay, cool, I didn't. Yay!
Darth Random.
Sometimes you can get screwed by force powers there, but fortunately...
Oh yeah. That's actually such a rip.
Alright, so as I make my way back to the Ebonhawk, I'm going to be bringing Canderous into my party for a very special reason. I need to equip a hyper alacrity stem, which is a 30% movement increase, 30% movement speed increase, because we're going to be using Canderous on Leviathan.
So, fun fact, we actually used to bring Juhani, but through a happy accident, we found that Canderous was actually faster. Because another runner, I believe Warwolf, or...
Werewolf, or...
Yeah, or Will? One of those two. I can't remember off the top of my head.
It was definitely Will. It was Will.
So,
yeah.
Will actually chose Canderous, and then, like, kind of like made up a strat, and then, like, noticed that he got a really good time. And then, despite, like, panicking a little bit, and then we looked into it, and we found out that Canderous was indeed faster to have rescue us than Juhani, because Juhani has actually a sort of RNG segment where you can get stunned.
I had a bit of a struggle bus on upgrading my lightsaber, but it's fine. We get the Crate Dragon Pearl off of the Crate Dragon, and it's a very helpful upgrade to our lightsaber. So now our lightsaber is pretty strong. And as we make our way to Kashyyyk, we get stopped by the Leviathan. Oh no.
My old mentor.
So, fun story perspective. Canderous is like, okay, here's what I'll do. I'm going to make myself be near like an explosion, nearly die, and let my healing stems heal myself. So Canderous is kind of insane. I'm just gonna almost kill myself, so that way I can become completely healed and then save you. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, Canderous is cool. Alright, and Sanjan's walking.
I'm just making a friendly neighborhood stroll, I just want to say hi to Brandon. Sorry. I said, hey, what's up, buddy?
Fortunately, Canderous doesn't die. his healing stims will outdo the damage he takes. Although I have been close to dying before. But even if I was close, I would just auto-level up and get a health bar. So you never have to worry about Kandaras dying unless you get really unlucky and at the same time are extremely careless about it.
Kandaras is just taking a nice, friendly stroll to through
the health
Leviathan.
regen. It makes him like indestructible.
I think he gets 4 per round. Like every round he gains 4 HP.
Yeah,
it's between 2 and 4 or something like that.
He's so tanky.
Do you recognize the ship?
Alright, it's time. The reason Leviathan's a pain is I have party members with me.
Yeah, Bastila and Karf, you know, they've got a mind of their own. And not in a great way.
So sometimes you can go to different areas without your party members being near you, and sometimes you have to have them with you. So in this first area, I can just do solo mode and not worry about it. But after I get into this elevator, I am going to need to keep Bastila and Karth with me. One way to help me do that is I'm going to make a safety save and reload my game, and that usually helps with them following me.
Yeah, the AI is pretty inconsistent, but making saves and loadings kind of manipulates it, so ends up helping us.
The first thing I need to do is I'm going to cut these corners pretty quickly so I can get past the Sith Guard without him firing on me. Because if he fires on me, then Karth and Bastila get into combat. And fortunately that did not happen, because if they get into combat, then I have to kill the enemies and it's a huge nightmare.
Yeah, and the trooper does have like a chance to shoot instead of throw a grenade. He usually throws a grenade and then he just misses entirely, and it's pretty hilarious. But if he shoots, then you're party members.
So these Dark Jedi can be really mean to me. Fortunately, they weren't. Bastila? Okay, Bastila didn't follow me. That was almost cringe, thankfully. Sometimes Bastila just says, I don't want to follow you. So even though I got the door open, which can sometimes not happen, and sometimes the Dark Jedi will just kill you, or they'll stun you, so you have to reload your safety save. Bastila almost ruined it, but fortunately, we're fine. Everything's okay. I'm only panicking a little bit.
I want a DLZ to happen.
Okay, so this door, I have a bad relationship with this door.
Oh yeah.
This door has teleported me from where I'm supposed to go back to the start of the space bridge.
I think it happens if you don't have all 3 of your party members near you, something like that.
Yeah, that's my assumption, and I do this time, so it better work. I'm very paranoid.
It usually will happen if your party members get like whirlwinded or like CC'd and they don't join you like on the grand spacewalk.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. Okay, whew, it worked. So I have to re-equip.
Alright, these guys actually shot at me. Actually, okay, I had to kill these guys. It's a little annoying, but then that means it doesn't mean that I don't have to kill them again. But it's a little annoying.
So now that I'm past the bridge, I equip some stims, and I equip weapons on Karth. We don't care about Bastila, but I have to fight Admiral Kareth. Now this fight can be really annoying. We're gonna kill the Dark Jedi first because they can poison you and debuff you, and it's really bad. Fortunately, I do have antidote kits. And antidote kits will get rid of the debuff, but I got debuffed anyway, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. That was really weird. My character just ran in anyway.
Alright, let's see if I get through here without a hitch. I got whirlwinded.
Ooh.
As I hit the door, but I didn't even break the door anyways because I hit minimal on it. Thanks, shirts.
So, Range, maybe you can explain this. I am running into Kareth and resetting the combat timer, I believe. When you walk into an enemy and get rid of your combat gauge, you can kind of make your next attack come faster. If I have that right.
I don't do that because it's faster. I do it so that I guarantee getting the bump.
Yeah, that
I also
bump
just cancel combat a ton.
is
But y'all don't need to bump as much.
yeah,
because you don't
it's not as
utilize
important in
sneak attacks.
Glitchless because you
I
bump
have-
because you want to be like in the back of the enemy for a sneak attack.
Yeah, but
I
I
have
probably did it in
noticed-
Glitchless too, just because.
I have noticed though that my combat seems to like happen more consistently if I do it that way.
Yeah, you can definitely utilize the time in between. Yeah, like each attack, maybe to even like move to where you're trying to go next, like the next enemy. Something like, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I generally
I
will
don't
move
know, I
around
don't know
because
if
there's
it makes
some
it faster.
enemies where like you can randomly lose a combat just because you're not close
Yeah.
to them.
For sure.
So
Like,
the
that's
reason
where-
we put the neural belt on Karth was for that last area.
That's where like I'll
Yeah, you-
usually like go closer to the enemy like in between rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still good to like, if you bump them, they're not attacking you, right? So it's still a good strategy. Bumping is actually
So
pretty good.
this area can be really annoying. The biggest thing that I try to make sure is Karth and Bastila aren't in the intersection in the hallway. Because if they're in the intersection in the hallway, they can attack other enemies. So what I do is I have kind of a nuanced way of how I kind of guarantee that they follow me far enough. So that way they don't get stuck.
The
The reason
first-
I saved my level up to that point too is I wanted to make sure that my force speed and stim stayed duration glitched.
You notice here I actually switched to Karth for a bit. I actually want Karth to use Power Blast on these guys because Karth can get some good damage in, and in the best case, like as you see right there, he literally soloed one of the Sith troopers, and now it just saves a decent amount of combat time. So my assault fight was very good.
Alright, we're gonna face Darth Malik. Oh my goodness. Huge spoiler alert coming up, so if you haven't played the game, might want to walk away now. Otherwise, if you don't care or you've played the game before, it's time for the big reveal.
You know, the real person who was stealing all the pizza and, you know, ruining the goodness of the world. Gasp.
It's us! What? We're the bad guy? No way. Yeah,
Are we the
I
baddies?
think if you didn't pop off when you saw this for the first time, I don't believe you. Everyone was freaking out. I was like, what?
If you ask me,
Crazy.
like, my personal opinion, that was, like, the best spoiler, like, hidden stuff of all time. Like, actually, now that I've actually, like, replayed through this again, like, there is, like, a little bit of foreshadowing, but, like, in this time,
Yeah, there's definitely foreshadowing.
in this time, like,
But you don't notice it the first time you
yeah,
play it.
you don't notice it the first time you play, and it's just, like, something that hits you in the back, like, what?
My favorite thing is that when Master Czar's like gassing you up, being like, "Yeah, you did this training so quickly, like you're just amazing," and you're actually just like this Sith Lord. It's like, oh, I see what's going on. So I do want to re-equip Force abilities, and hopefully I can kill him in one round. Sometimes it takes two. Oh wow, we got a really nice one round right there.
I got a really smooth Leviathan
Nice.
so far.
I'm here.
Yeah, having to kill
Bast-
that first trooper is not that bad unless your party members just go crazy.
Yeah.
The rest of you.
It took a little more rounds than usual, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It's only really bad if, like, that second trooper got aggroed.
Like, Leviathan can devolve quick into just every enemy is attacking you.
Yeah, usually as you're going back, like, Karth and Bastila can get, like, distracted by the ones in the middle of the hallway.
Yeah, and Seraphim is exiting now after beating Malik.
Yeah, so now that I beat Malik, Bastila took on Malik all by herself, so we're gonna move on and find the last star map. And our whole party members are like, yo, this guy's Darth Revan, and Karth's like, I don't trust him, and everyone else is like, I don't care. But Karth has issues.
And of course,
He-
Seraphim has
he's been
to do
through a
fire
lot.
damage.
You can't blame him.
Yeah, see, oh, no, you can't. I do love Karth. I think he's a great character, but it is funny that, like, he's the only one that's kind of freaking out about it. And everyone else is like, oh, well, I don't care, whatever.
He has a
It's even
realistic,
funnier when you go dark side.
he has a realistic reaction, I would say, to.
Yeah, well, he's
find
very
out you're
cautious, and I
Revan.
don't blame him for being cautious. I'm going to get some extra stims just in case. And now we're on Kashyyyk. Kashyyyk's actually one of the more mechanically demanding parts of the run because we have to do a lot of force jumping. And one thing that we haven't really talked about a lot is something called wire jumping. When you jump to an enemy and try to jump to another enemy farther away, sometimes your character will be like, nah, I wanna go back to the first enemy that I was attacking. And you're like, bro, are you serious? So we have to do some pretty quick inputs that can cancel our combat with any other enemies, and it'll allow us to jump to enemies that are farther from us more consistently.
Yeah, because there's this one glitch. No. I think
that wasn't you.
Sanjan?
Wait, which part?
Just like the fact that you could cancel wire targeting by doing like the little trick.
Oh yeah. I think it was either me or Indy.
I wouldn't be surprised if Indy had done it. Like,
sometimes I will like immediately like cancel, like the default action is F, but sometimes I'll press 1 to flurry and then like cancel it and then
that's what I do
it again.
I think 1 is more consistent. Default definitely works.
Like default is definitely faster we can get it, but sometimes like it just executes when you don't want it to.
Yeah, the main reason that it's problematic is if you don't kill enough of the Kinrath on the walkway, they will like get clogged up, and when you try to go back out, you can't. You have to like kill them. It's really, really frustrating.
Yeah, because you'll have a party member basically at all times, and your party member will get hung up on the enemies, and yeah.
So say goodbye to Zalbar, because we're gonna leave him here forever.
Dang.
Oh, this is Gizka, no!
Oops, my bad.
Gizka are back to trolling me.
Yes, the Gizka.
The Gizka have a reputation of trolling me. Like, I've been trolled for 30 seconds in, like, all quest runs just because the Gizkas are like, no, I'm just gonna sit here and block you. Now they're feisty little froggos.
Oh boy, that's a lot of Kinrath on the walkway. Please don't block me, thank you. Alright, we're good. So one of my favorite things you can do coming up is there's a mob fighting, like there's some Kinrath fighting some Wookiees, and I always thought you had to actually fight them. Turns out you don't actually have to fight them. You can just go past them. And I think that's really funny for some reason. But the reason Kashyyyk can be annoying, in my opinion, is we're about to go into the Shadowlands. And the Shadowlands are super annoying sometimes. You have to do a lot of force jumping, and sometimes enemies will clog up, or you can get caught on walls like I just did. And it's just difficult to be efficient on Kashyyyk, in my opinion.
These Dark Jedi can also troll you by force choking you, doing stats effects just like the ones on Tatooine.
Alright, so we just met our final party member that we'll be getting. Unfortunately, we don't get HK-47. RIP HK-47. HK-47's the best.
Yep, you don't see HK in any percent run.
My God.
He gets left
HK
in the Tatooine shop. Pretty
He's DLC
unfortunate.
content.
He's
Imagine
DLC
who
content.
gets HK on Tatooine. Like, who buys HK? What if they're evil? That would be bad. Could be cool, though.
So I'm actually going to get a side quest. We're not going to complete it, but we're going to get it, because by getting the side quest, we can kill the Tack, which is kind of funny, because Joel, he's like, hey, stop these guys from killing the Tack. And we're like, hey, we'll kill the Tack. And then we go tell Jolie, hey, we got rid of the Zerka guys, and we're still killing the Tack. And he's like, okay, that's cool. But the reason we get the quest to kill the Tack is that way we can force jump to them, and it makes navigating Kashyyyk a lot quicker.
I can't lie, I haven't even thought of that. I haven't even thought of the fact that your whole Jolie quest is saving the Tax, but then you also kill the Tax the entire time.
I got troll on my force jump, dude.
I got body blocked by like a whole mob of Kinrath.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah, I am not having good luck on Shadowlands so far. But we need to have Jolie with us in order to get past a force field going deeper into the Shadowlands.
Everyone wants something
Oh my gosh, these force jumps are being really annoying right now. Part of the other thing too is the enemy placement is random, and so you can get, sometimes you'll have like good enemy placement and it's just like, you get these smooth jumps and it's just the best, and then sometimes you're just like, well, I want to die. This is horrible. Alright, I really hope my force speed duration glitches here, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. Ooh, and my stims wore out too. That's really uncommon for me to have happened. Usually my stims stay consistent all of Kashyyyk, but this time they ran out. But that's why we have backups. I'm going to activate solo mode here because I don't want Jolie to follow me, but Jolie is going to warp to me later on in this area. I am going to have to kill some Kinrath because Jolie will get in combat with them if I don't kill them. It's kind of the unfortunate consequence of having to have a party member. Part of why we do Kashyyyk last is there is a computer that'll be like, hey, I'll give you the star map if you do this, if you pass this test. And we just are like, yo, we're Darth Revan. And the computer's like, okay, cool, you can pass. We get the star map a lot quicker.
Yeah, you have to do a pretty long, like, quiz if you don't have that.
I think you still do that quiz at least once on any percent.
True.
Oh, there's something somehow blocking my way. Thanks, game.
Oh, did you get a pothole?
Yeah. No, it's just like a corpse blocking my way. From being able to force jump to attack.
So, with the feats that I just got, I now have the Master Flurry, which is going to be really good for our DPS. I also am putting more skill points into Persuasion, because if we get 13 points in Persuasion, we can mash through some dialogue with a particular character later on in Starforge. So I'll get one more level that will give me another point in Strength, and I will also get 13 Persuasion. We also get Force Resistance, which will be helpful in protecting against some Force powers later on in the game.
It's crazy how early we do Korriban in this route, but I know it makes sense.
Oh, like, just in terms of, like, the...
Yeah, we're just kind of under-leveled, right? I guess that's everywhere.
With, like, just how low our levels are and all that?
Yeah, yeah. Very cool.
I'll explain, like, what the staggering difference level is later once we get to near the end of the game. Like, it's pretty telling. It's actually pretty funny. The minimum level is 20, for those of you curious. Or the maximum level, sorry. Coder 2 actually increases that to, I believe, 50, but you never ever could hit 50 in, like, almost all playthroughs, pretty much.
Unless you do glitches.
Alright, so that last area going back to the Wookiee is sometimes really annoying because if the enemies damage you or attack you, you can't talk to him, and it's really problematic because then you have to kill the enemies. Fortunately, I was far enough away from the enemies that I didn't have to deal with that. It's about, I think it's like 5 seconds or so of having to be outside of combat before you can talk to an NPC. Or if there's no more enemies present, if you kill them all.
He's got Master Flurry.
Yeah, I just hit the star map. Actually, our luck's been pretty similar, aside from Taris, but Taris is generally, like, a decent
Oh yeah, my
difference
Sith
maker.
Governor was, like, infinitely better.
Yeah, I had a very
Your Sith Governor
unfortunate
was
party.
horrible.
I had a very
Yeah, you
unfortunate
just got
party
Yeah,
with the
that's
Sith
too
Governor.
bad.
Actually, 3 reloads is, like, kind of rare, honestly.
I don't have to reload
sure.
ever. Oops.
But I guess that's the price I pay for stunning the Silk droid.
Dude, this Kinrath is blocking my ability to click on the door. Are you? I've never seen that. That's weird. I couldn't click on the door to open it.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention, we set a transit point at the Wookiee village so we can warp back to the Ebon Hawk right away.
I'm here.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
I really forgot to mention that.
I didn't realize that the Kinrath could block you. That's super rare. Alright, well, anyway,
Their
we are
hitboxes
now...
huge.
Yeah,
We are now at... We have found all the star maps, so now we can go to the Starforge planet. And, oh man, Malik's torturing Bastila, trying to get her to turn to the dark side. Surely Bastila would never turn to the dark side.
Thinking emoji.
Well,
Oh, okay, whatever. I didn't want to force jump to you anyways. I think that's the story of
would you rather
Kashyyyk's
die?
life.
Die or turn to the dark side?
I mean,
yeah,
the dark
it's
side
really
has cookies. I mean, they've got dark chocolate chip cookies. How could you say no to that?
True.
You're a
Jedi don't
monster
eat
if you say
candy.
no to that.
Yeah, Jedi eat like veggies. Who wants to eat those?
That's why the gray is the way. Just kidding.
There you go. That way you can eat like, I don't know,
Veggies and candy.
meat. Yeah, veggies and candy.
That's why Jolie's a nice gray Jedi. He gets to do whatever he wants.
I actually really like Jolie as a character because Jolie really introduced the concept of the Grey Jedi to me in like the Star Wars canon, which I find really fascinating.
For sure.
The Coder series has just like really cool, unique characters. Cause like, especially when you get to Coder 2, there's just like it's not like pure black and white. There's like a
Yeah,
lot
like
of shades
Admin
of
is a great
gray.
character.
Yeah, it's very gray.
And hard. Eat mad.
He's a very angry Wookiee.
Yes?
Zalbar, on the other hand.
Pierced apart.
Yes.
It's
Oh, I guess
really
I forgot to
unfortunate we
mention-
leave Zalbar.
True.
We have to do another ship mini game. Apparently the Sith are they found us, and we're getting messed up by some disruptor shield, so we can't go to the Starforge quite yet. Hopefully, we will be able to soon. We're gonna have to find some way to get rid of these planetary shields so we can attack the Starforge. And I agree with Alec. The writing in KOTOR 2 is really good.
You are strong, child. But I will.
HK47 has some very memorable lines in both K1 and K2.
Yeah, even with what happened to Coder 2, like, what's still there, it's honestly, like, really good.
Well, and if you play with the content restoration mod, it's a more complete experience.
Yeah.
This is but a taste of the dark side to whet your appetite.
So now I'm on this beach planet. The locals hate me for no reason. We are going to... Oops, I use an extra stamina stem. But I feel like of all the stems, hyper stamina is like the least important.
Yeah, I've had to skip stims before, and I definitely skipped on stamina, which is not ideal. Especially for, like, Saul, but it's honestly okay. You'll live.
Yeah, I will.
It's basically the model.
I'm not really worried about my stems at this point. This next part can be annoying. You have to talk to an elder. Basically, the moral of the story with the Rakata, this ancient alien species, is the Zoomers are trying to take over the Boomers, and we're going to side with the Boomers.
That's pretty true.
The Rancor are going to be attacking us, but sometimes the Rancor and the cage with the Elder doesn't move, and it's really annoying. And oh my gosh, I got hit anyway. Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna
then you have to run around.
I'm gonna usually if I just get the ship parts, I can kind of get combat to go away long enough. But this is about to be really annoying, and one of the Rancor is staying inside. Oh my gosh, this could be bad. Oh, am I a gamer? Oh, I'm a gamer. Yep, I'm a speedrunner. I just zigzagged that. Yeah, I'm built different. Don't remember the fact that I messed up the strat in the first place. We're not gonna talk about that part. Let's talk
It
about
is
the
funny
part-
how much they were sitting in there.
Oh my god. They're definitely having a party in there.
Yeah. So many young Rancors.
Those
Yeah,
Rancors hit
Rancors
a
are so
lot.
cool.
The good news is the Rakata lined up perfectly for me. This is very rare to get lineups this clean. The Rakata can be positioned differently, and depending on how well they're placed, it'll be easier to jump to them or not. I had like perfect placements.
Did y'all watch Book of Boba Fett?
I did.
I watched
I
watched
the
some of it,
Rancors.
but you can talk about spoilers.
I don't really want.
Actually,
Nothing
actually,
spoil.
no
There's a Rancor.
spoilers in here.
There's a Rancor. I like it. That's it. I like the Rancor.
I actually have one less alacrity than I would like, but it's fine. But I actually specifically use my stims there because you notice we skipped the first encounter, like with the friendly neighborhood Rakata. And if we actually like use it somewhere else, then they stay there, and there's a chance you can soft lock at the end of Lahan if you don't use your stim correctly.
Oh, Gizka violence trigger alert. So if you get triggered by Gizka violence, look away now. It's very sad.
Cool.
Wait, what? Did I?
Influence lost. Gizka lovers. Hey, this friendly neighborhood Rancor is, saying hi to me, guarding the place. That's rude.
Okay, I accidentally used a regular stamina stim while trying to use a med pack. That's very bizarre. I'm just gonna just move along.
Alright, I had to do the backup here too, because the Rancor is guarding the gate, playing Guardians of the Gate with me.
So we come before the elders, and they're like, yeah, we'll help you, I guess. And we get to go inside a temple. Take their sweet time deliberating. There we go.
That's kind of a
Yeah, I
bad
think it overwrote.
first jump segment, because I'm getting trolled by placement.
Yeah, so like I had really good placement. Sanjan just got unlucky. But did you get did anyone hit you in the arena? I didn't
No,
see.
I just
Yeah, so like
just ran away.
between all of that, it probably evens. Well, it evens out in my favor, but still.
I think Taris is just like a huge difference maker.
It is.
Yeah, if you took out the Taris RNG, we'd probably be close to neck and neck right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, both your runs are really good, actually.
I think there should
And we're
still
really
be. We should still be on sub 2 RTA pace.
Oh, easily. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Like, there's not been any big disasters. To be
Like
honest.
aside from Taris, like honestly, the rest of the runs even out to be like pretty consistent. Like
Yeah.
time wise.
If you're
That
grinding for like
Dantooine,
world record,
confrontation.
there's a lot of nuanced little RNG that can cause resets. But for a marathon, once you get out of Taris, there aren't usually many bad things that can happen. Sometimes I'll get a rare crash on Starforge that, knock on wood, doesn't happen. I'll crash on the computer terminal sometimes. But I think that's because I use default action instead of left clicking on it. It's kind of a weird deal.
There's so much weird things with this game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do have my loadless timer on. I probably paid attention to that. Oops.
Ooh,
I
okay,
like
no,
that.
no, no.
I just
Sorry, I almost got one hit by the. I almost got like shreked by the Rancors.
yeah, those Rancors can hit for like 40 damage.
Yeah.
And Malik, what happened to your face, bro? Oh my gosh.
It's a jaw-dropping
is-
cutscene.
At least his dental bill's probably low.
I think he's got Starforge funds. He'll be fine.
True. So I'm going to be activating solo mode. You have to take Juhani and Jolie with you. And I'm going to move them. The reason I'm going to move them is for whatever reason, even if you put solo mode on, your party members will still move. And if they get into combat, that's bad. If they don't get into combat, then we're fine and I can enter loading zones. But if they get into combat, then I will be very sad.
You can actually
So,
fix
I
that
just hate
because they move by default if you like turn solo mode on and immediately like run, but if you tab switch between characters, that won't happen.
Exactly, which is what I do for
Yeah.
this.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant like you're actually like moving them around.
Oh, no. You just move them for like a second.
Oh.
Or I do just in case. Like, literally like just a gentle little nudge. Oh, Johnny tried to help me kill this droid, but didn't happen. Alright, I have to make an H, and we have to just pray that I do it right, because sometimes your party members will be like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna walk all over it, and they think it's funny. And it's not funny. It tilts me to no end. But we got it. We have to go to this computer in order to unlock the upstairs area where we can turn off the shields and get out of here.
And Chad is a monster. How could you folks poison a Giska? They're just trying to have a happy life.
You gotta sell them.
Yeah, you can
Sell
sell
them to the
Giska.
Selkath.
Yeah.
He begrudgingly takes them off your hand.
Operations are now complete.
It's a good time.
Every day the Starforge
Oh yeah, don't you
has
like
more
force
ships.
don't you like
Operating
force him to do it?
300
You just regular persuade him. You can pay him 100 credits to take it. You can do it for break even, or you can persuade him to pay you 100 credits. I don't even think you have to force persuade. Maybe it's also an option, but yeah.
So I attacked that Sith droid very specifically because if I don't, then the droids can respawn at the top side of the screen, and my character's getting combat, and it's a pain. Bastila, why do you have a red lightsaber? Oh my gosh, Bastila is a dark Jedi. She turned to the dark side, and she poisoned my party, but not me. That's all I care about.
The fight is
that
actually
wasn't-
really bad because she has a very high chance of getting stats effects on you just because she's a much higher level than you. If you actually went to grab her, she's level 18 while you're like level 10. It's hilarious the level difference between you and Bastila.
Alright, we got our final level of the game, which is going to be the only time that we take a dark side force power, which is a force drain, and we'll explain why we get force drain later on in Starforge. I activate solo mode there because sometimes Jolie and Juhani will run with you to the computer, and they'll like get stuck. So I just activate solo mode, so that way they stay in the open area and follow me more consistently.
Alright, I did it. I made an H. Sometimes making an H is hard.
Yes, it is. Alright, so let's hope that I don't get soft locked.
You shouldn't if you use your stims outside. It's like really consistent for me.
Oh yeah. No, I don't really get that.
Yeah, like you can
thing
usually
happening.
tell if you've done it right when those rank or Rakata disappear once you get back from the Warrior Rakata stronghold.
So let's tell our party members the bad news. Bastila is a dark Jedi. Oh, haha. Okay, so Jolie was fighting one of the Rakata when he was talking. That was funny. So he was like grunting. That was funny.
I did a one-hit destroyed. Sad. Which I guess for those of you who are interested, every combat round is, I believe, 4 seconds. So like for every additional combat round you have to do, that's like a 4-second time loss. So it does add up if you don't get like ideal fights, especially if you play at like the very high levels.
All right, we are now entering the final segment of the run, Starforge.
Can you not, Bastila? Alright, thank you for throwing your lightsaber.
Yeah, this is kind of the last long cutscene in the run.
The bathroom break cutscene. The second one.
True.
Yeah, I actually do my level ups a little differently here. I actually save my points until the very end. Since you don't really need Feat Injury up, and you don't need Persuade past 10 until, like, the very end.
It's so ingrained in my muscle memory that I'm not changing.
Yeah, my muscle memory is just saving the points. So...
I haven't timed it. I think it's like 2.5 or 3 minutes.
Usually, like, yeah, it's consistently around, like, 4 minutes RTA. Plus or minus, like, any additional loads. Like, you can go under if you're, like, perfect on the loads, but it will go over 4 minutes. Since you have to reload more. So, probably a little over 4 minutes RTA versus IGT. Which I guess for those of you who don't know, we time using in-game time because we remove loads. Loads make quite a difference throughout the entire run.
Yeah, so what you're seeing on my timer is what my run would look like without loads right now. But in reality, I'm actually about 4 minutes. My RTA timer is probably closer to 4 minutes ahead of what my timer currently says. One thing we didn't, or maybe I missed it, but we actually want to do the light side route here. You could take dark side and go with Bastille, but it's actually a lot slower because you're forced to have her with you. And so instead of doing that, we just do light side route. That way we can do everything on our own.
Yeah, we're kind of loners. We don't need anyone. It's actually better if we don't have people.
Yeah, people being with us is slow.
We don't have time for me to fully explain.
But now we're on to the final battle on the Star Forge. The Jedi and the Sith are gonna fight each other.
You can't do that. The Star Forge is a factory of immense power. It's been churning out the capital ships, snub fighters, and assault droids that have powered the Sith war effort. You have to destroy the Star Forge now, or you'll be fighting an unending wave of reinforcements.
So I want to make sure that I have an hyper-adrenal alacrity stim equipped. We have kind of a cheeky little strat where we activate this stim at a very specific point during the run. It's one of the few times we don't use a stim from a menu. We use a stim from the combat queue, for like a better terminology.
I actually used to do that, but I actually use all my stims like a little bit earlier, since my duration glitch makes it extend very far.
Yeah, I just do the way I do it because I find that I don't have issues with duration glitch. Alright, so here's the door coming up. So we activate the stim. I have to hit this droid so that way he'll move. Otherwise he blocks me like a meanie face. These droids are mean.
If they can find Bastila, they may be able to distract her attention from the battle overhead. That should allow you to move your capital ships into position for a final...
Alright, coming up is a cutscene where our Jedi allies are facing the Sith. It'll be great. I hope this fight goes well. We got some of the best Jedi from Dantooine fighting these Dark Jedi. Surely they'll win. Oh, that first one died. Well, maybe the second one will get it done.
I believe in Mullet Man. Mullet Man is the way to go.
Nope, the second one died. Maybe the third Mullet Man will win. Nope. Nope, our Jedi allies suck. They are not helpful at all.
They probably had bad training, you know. A little unfortunate. Not all mullet men can be like the better mullet man.
Damn.
I do say mullet man because Legends Revan is mullet man. So everyone in the coder community, or almost everyone, refers to the face as mullet man. Range used mullet man in his run.
So I used Force Valor before entering the door to hopefully duration glitch it, and I'm also going to use Force Resistance because the Dark Jedi here can be really mean to you. They can whirlwind you, they can choke you, and it's really unfortunate. So hopefully that doesn't happen. All right, so coming up is this computer terminal, which can crash. It doesn't happen often, but it can crash my game. So I really hope that doesn't happen.
The Jedi have invaded the Star Forge. Destroyed them. Destroyed
Also, we didn't really touch on this, but our computer spikes route is very deliberate. If we were to run out of not have enough spikes here, we'd have to run all the way to back to the ship and talk to T3, and that's you know, not very fun.
No, not at all. The good news is the computer spike route is consistent. A lot of the chests that we looted were specifically for that purpose.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no one was mean to me in the pre-command deck. And Bastila is helping the Sith out. Unbelievable. She really has turned to the dark side.
She has this really overpowered ability called Battle Meditation, which it makes basically an entire army's worth of people do a lot better because they can better anticipate moves, and that's why Malik really wanted Bastila alive. And I believe it's like a really rare ability that not a lot of people learn as well.
Yes, that is the lore. Alright, at this point I'm going to use the rest of my stims that I need.
SMH Mullet Man did not deliver in my playthrough either. That's okay. Better luck.
Come on, Mullet Man.
Better luck next time.
So I want to attack this Jedi in the back because as you can see, I stood still there. That's because he's force pushing me, and it's really annoying. Alright, this other Dark Jedi's attacking me, but you only have to kill the 3 to advance. And now we have to fight Bastila for the final time. Because I have 13 persuasion, I can skip through most of the dialogue, but for this first dialogue, I don't want to mash things because it'll skip the phase, and that will be a glitch, and my run will be invalid. And that would be terrible. But if I don't skip that phase and I just mash everything else, we'll be good to go.
I've definitely lost runs before accidentally combat talking to Bastila in the glitchless run.
Alright, nice.
These Jedi were not rude to me. Well, they tried to poison me. They did it, but I had a Force Valor on, so...
Nice.
I get wrecked.
Yeah, Starforge can go pretty wrong if you don't manage your force power and stims well. But Sanjan is a pro.
Alright, so for some reason, this next area, there's going to be some droids that spawn, and it's a really loud sound. So if you are sensitive to loud sounds, I would turn the volume down for a little bit.
I believe they'll only hear it on my side. It'll be about a minute.
That's right,
yeah,
that's right.
it's good anyways. They'll have a little warning.
Now just kills these 2 Jedi for no reason.
Trying to show off.
Cool.
He's trying to show off a jaw-dropping moment. Or he wants to make our jaw drop.
Getting sliced by a lightsaber like that doesn't look fun. I feel bad for those Jedi.
Were they mullet men that he was slicing?
No, they weren't.
I forget.
It might change though. I don't remember. I think it changes.
I think it does change based on the face you change, because if you pick mullet men, I think the Jedi that die are different.
Yeah.
So now it's time for the final battle against Darth Malik.
Hey, that's rude. Don't you do that. Thank you.
So Darth Malik, the way that this fight works is you just kind of attack him, and hopefully your attacks won't miss like all 4 of mine just did. It can be kind of mean. So that first phase didn't go great. Now the second phase, normally if you play the game casually, he'll like, every time you kill him, he'll refuel his health by killing one of these Jedi. But we got Force Strain at level 12. That will allow us to kill the Jedi instead of Malik, and so we only have to fight Malik's health bar 1 more time.
Yeah, you can also use Destroy Droid, which is like the light side version of it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. However, the advantage to having Force Strain is it refuels your force.
Yeah, I don't think Destroy Droid does that. Yeah, this last Bastila fight you can mash 1 if you have 13 Persuade. Funny enough, if you're a male character, you tell her you love her. Fastest love story ever, even though you never talk to her.
Malik decided to remove my force, speed, and valor a few times, but now this is all just combat RNG. Oh, he did it again? Wow, he normally doesn't do it more than 3 times. I actually am out of force power
He usually
now.
does it when you're like out of range of his melee attacks.
Yeah, I was definitely in range of his melee attacks. I'm gonna.
Oh, really? That's new.
So,
I've never seen that before.
Time will be when the screen goes black after his knee falls, and time.
GG. I think that was 159.
GG.
RTA.
I'm trying to split. It won't. My timer won't stop. Yeah, 155.27.
Yeah.
Oh, oops, sorry guys, my layout just probably changed. Sorry about that. Oh, I probably can't. Okay, well anyway.
Yeah, it looks normal though. Or I guess it wasn't too. GG though.
GG's.
So for context, this is probably around a 159, 30 to 40 RT.
Wow, that was 3 rounds. Impressive.
You continue to look around you, Revan.
Actually, normally
So
at this point in the real run, you actually wouldn't hear the sound because we have fast text, which is another glitch that is legal because we can't avoid it.
For all intents and purposes, dead, except for 1.
But yeah, I did not finish in an hour 55 minutes. It was closer to an hour 59. You just add 4 minutes because I had my loadless timer on accident. And I want to stress again, if Sanjan did not have as bad of a Sith governor as the RNG was, this race would have been pretty much neck and neck.
Yeah, like I probably lost close to like over a minute just on Taris alone. And then I also actually lost a decent amount of combat rounds in between places too. But otherwise, you got, I think, similar luck.
Yeah.
And then now here, where's Malik? Hello? Now here, we're just gonna cast Force Speed and ruin his day.
Sub 2 hour RTA is still pretty good time. Pretty happy with that. For sure.
Oh, this could have been 3 rounds. I'm missing a lot though. All right, that's the fight and time. That's
Yay.
RTA or RGT. That's about a 157, which is actually pretty good still.
That is pretty good.
Absolutely.
I am the Dark Lord of the Sith.
Well, GG.
Yeah, GG's,
GG Sanjan. Thank you for that race.
Yeah, thanks for the race. That was pretty good. Actually, we didn't get any like really horrible things done to us. Like after Taris, everything else is like pretty smooth with a couple bumps. Unfortunate RNG times, but otherwise that was actually really consistent. And thank you folks for watching this race. It's was really fun.
Yeah, we have a Discord for the KOTOR speedrunning community. If you're interested in joining, you just saw Range do a run, which is much more glitch heavy. We did one more glitchless like. So there's a run for everyone. If you would like to learn this game, we have plenty of people in the community that would be happy to teach you. So yeah, consider checking the game out. We're a pretty welcoming group.
Yeah, you've got slightly longer glitchless categories like this. You've got ILs like Pazak. If you love Pazak, we have a fellow Pazak pro. We have a Swoop Racing, which is also a really fun and short IL. We've got very glitch heavy categories. We've got a category for pretty much everyone. It's a pretty beginner friendly game.
Love KOTOR.
And enjoy that Mass Effect run coming up. Should be a good one.
Mass Effect 1 is coming up. There's a reason why I named my character Mako Jam. You'll learn why.
Sick. Alright.
Alright.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you, guys. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for the great run. We're going to go on to a short break here, and then we will be back with Alake 47 running Mass Effect. We'll be back with you shortly.